Well, the mistake I made was dumping the whole bag of cake batter in there. In that little pan, I
Hi all. I know I'm a little early, well, a lot early, but
In the forest where the rivers bend,
I thought I'd just let you listen to the music
whispers rise
I
on the
created.
wind again. Roots and branches, secrets spun.
I shall turn it
The
up for
hills
you.
are moving, ecosystem on the run. Peggy on the run, through the night and sun. Every creature sings, every heartbeat drums. From the mountains high to the oceans under. It's the what the hell's ecosystem on the run. The foxes dance and the owls take flight. Shadows chase the fading light. Balance breaks, but the chase is fun. The hills are calling, ecosystem on the run. Lanky on the run, through the night and sun. Every creature sings, every heartbeat drums. From the rivers deep to the skies bigger. It's the what the hell's ecosystem on the run. Echoes of harmony tangled in streams. Life is a puzzle sound into dreams. When the wild calls, we all become one. Running together till the journey's done. We're beyond the run, through the night and sun. Every creature sings, every heartbeat drums. From the mountains high to the oceans under. It's the what the hell's ecosystem on the run. It's the what the hell's ecosystem on the run.
Okay, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the music if you were listening. Um, I'm going to put you a little bit of music on. Go into my playlist, it'll be easier for you to trap it down later on. Don't want to have a hymn. See if I can. That's not what I was wanting. Morning, Laura. I've got quite a surprise for you later on. After I've done the What the Hills, there is a Meghan and Harry plot, special video, well, special reading, because I was told I had to do it. So the Star Tarot will be coming out for that. So What the Hills ecosystem, I will be using the I Don't Care Humble Get Only for that. Because I just want a few answers, a few questions that need answering for that, and then we'll move on to the Meghan and Harry plot. But I might give you a little surprise before it, because I have everybody's favourite royal. He wasn't everybody's favourite royal when he was alive, I don't think, but I had everybody's favourite royal forces to write some things down. So he's been here, and he's now pissed. So I'm going to put the Harry and Meghan plot thing down there. It was sort of time. Put that down. You can't hear us, right? I'll move the mic round. Can you hear us now? Can you hear me now, Roy? Can you hear me now? Can you put the one in chat if you can hear me clearly now? Because I'd rather you hear me clearly now. I have an echo. Right, hang on. I'll turn that off. What about now? Do I have the echo? Because I can't hear a thing at this end, so until I'll see if I can plug in and see if I have. Right. I'm not saying, right, I can hear Milo barking through that, so, and he was loud and clear. And he's deafening us, so I better let him out. There you go, go on. Is that better now? Because I'm right. Because Milo is now out the back, and I can now hear myself talking, which sounds freaky. So what I was saying was, it's a tale of two, well, it's a stream of two halves, or is it three? I have a special surprise, because in the last hour, while I've sat here and prepared, drinking me Earl Grey, I had a very sweary, angry old prince want to speak to us. and he was quite insistent. So I had to write everything down. So that gentleman is now waltzed back off. He may come back. I've left the door open for him, as has Milo. Shift you. Yeah, he has been for a visit, and I've done a bit of automatic writing with him, and he's not a happy chappy, to put it this way, putting it mindfully. I will let you see what was written, because some of the words I'll have to take out, because he swore quite a bit. I could literally visualise him getting a clip round the ear roll of Lilibet with a handbag. Now wait till people start filing in. No, he's not happy at all. I better keep some up here handy, because I can't find my notebook, so I better keep a bit of paper handy. To one side. Actually, neither's Diana. I wasn't channeling her specifically. Yeah, she was a grifter, and he never liked her. She's only there as long as the money's there and the title's there. But Diana and Philip aren't happy one little bit. And now, while Mr. Milo is rooting around the house for things, I can hear everything in the... Milo, that's enough. Milo, that's enough. Right, there's Tyrone. I'm just going to have to mute you a minute, because I don't want to deafen you. Milo, that's enough. Get on your sofa. Go on. Right, sorry about that. I'm going to have to take these headphones off, because I can hear myself and it's irritating us. So, and I can hear Milo as well. Is the sound better with or without me headphones plugged in? Mr. Milo! Did you see... Yes, they can. They are visiting quite regularly the people who wronged them, and who will continuing to wrong them while they are off, while they should be resting. And you can get off that drumstick, Hugh. Off. Because it's for that. Go and lie down. Mr. Milo isn't happy. He never is after Prince Philip's been in. But get yourself up. Hang on, I'm coming to. Yeah, you want something to eat? Something more to eat, I should say. Because I got you done today, mister. Two sweets or three, Milo? Three, dear? Okay, and that's three. Now you are. Go and get your three. He's just gone in to have something to eat. He was asking for something to eat there. And he knows myself and Tyrone have got, oh, bless him, my old dog before Milo and Alfie, Max, had dementia. And it is tough for them. Really tough. So you do have my best wishes there. Yeah, they always are. Right, I'm going to get started. I think I've sat on the remote again. Right. Okie dokie. Let's give this a shuffle. I was in the middle of my preparatory prayers when he came through. So he obviously enjoyed me prayer. Right. What the hills? Yeah, he is. They're all old baby boys. I've got a big pesty one in my mum's. Because there was no room for us to sit down earlier on because Tyrone had fallen asleep on my mum's sofa. My auntie had the chair where I usually sit. And my mum was on a chair. So I ended up sat on the dog bed with the dogs earlier on. So it's usually Tyrone. So you know, if ever anyone comes into my mum's, they'll often see me sat on the dog bed. Plus they're more comfortable. I nearly fell asleep there as well. Okay, so this is about the ecosystem from Up the Hills. Are they on the run? There we are. They are on the run, and I'd say they're on the run very quickly because they don't want to end up in court. There is one person who says, "Oh, sod it. I'm doing fine. Sod the rest of yous. But you're not going to get what I've got." There we are, Jeremy. So you've got them on the run. They're hiding. Yes, they've been hiding from process services, we all know. But some are hiding from justice. and they think it's fine to do so, but it's not. And they think it's game over for you because they can have run and hide. It's not. It's game over for them. But this one of them thinks they're okay. They think it's a closed case. They've won. But as this is out in reverse and come out in reverse over the game over, again it's coming through saying it's not game over. They're not okay because they are at the end of their metaphorical rope, and there's somebody definitely in the doghouse. Somebody was acting like a little Labrador around them, but they now know that they are not they surrounded themselves with. They're not who they said they were. They're not really supportive of them. They've just getting them further and further into the quagmire, and they're now realising that they can't get out of this. There's no way out. They're in deep-ish, and they would have been better off alone than in the bad company that they've been keeping. And they've got their heads that far up in the clouds. They need to watch out for this voicemail that somebody has left from the court system. It's important that they listen to that voicemail, as it contains a lot of information that they need to listen to. Because if they don't listen to that information, it's going to screw them up continually. They know they've now already lost the cases. And if this was in the upright, which it isn't sadly, this person is now saying to whoever it is behind them, don't push me, don't push me. They've pushed her, and they've pushed her, and they've pushed her. They've now pushed her so far, she can't see the woods for the trees. The others have now run, headed for the hills. Unfortunately, she can't. She's got to stay put. We've seen over the last few days on some of the court documents how she's misrepresented herself, misrepresented her finances. That's going to all come back to bite her on the backside, because she said she's been backed into a corner to do that. She hasn't. There's only one person can do that, and that's herself. She had to put pen to paper for that. She's in for a surprise. She's going to find out who her snakes are. And her snakes will come out of the woodwork, possibly in the new year. And that person is very close to her. They're not always an angel. She thinks they're an angel. But if this was in the upright, as I said, it's a person very close to her who they think is an angel. It's definitely that person's the devil on her shoulder. Definitely the devil on her shoulder, who is her surprise snake. And I'd hedge me bets to say that the devil on her shoulder is not female. It is male. And it's very much closer than she thinks. Slowly but surely. She could have worked this out ages ago. She's in too deep, is what this card is saying. She's in far too deep. She's in way over her head. And the taxman does know about a 501c3. They are also looking into, and it's been slowly done. It's been slowly done because these things take time, and they've been watching her very closely for quite a while. And they're aided and abetted by a social media accounts, basically. And it says here, this next card, close your curtains and close your eyes, sleep. She's obviously not sleeping well. This card actually shows somebody wearing a sleep mask, but it's also got an embryo beside it. This person knows a lot of loss. It's also symbolic. It could also mean the loss of a child. As it came out in reverse, it means that this person has sleepwalked into a situation. She thinks things she had this bright idea that things would go her way. People have jumped on the bandwagon. The bright idea was the embryo there. She sleepwalked into the situation and found out the hard way. People were telling her she had rights, but this rights card came out in reverse. And they were telling her she's got rights to everything. She didn't need to work for these rights, to have her rights upheld. They were wrong. She may have rights to some aspects of her health care, but she will have to work hard now to get that health care on the move, because the only person now that has rights to full health care is the young person that lives with her, not her. There we are. One more. Right, this is the last one. This is asking you to not turn back. It's basically asking her to walk away. It's at twilight years, and she should be walking away from all the crap and walking forward into relaxation. But instead, she is walking headlong into purgatory, whether it's with her turtles or not. But the others who have, it came out pretty early on, that they've pushed her into a corner. She's not okay. She's definitely going to crash and burn. And anyone who watches anything to do with what the heals will find that the devil on our back is the person who said, I'll help you fundraise, I'll help you do this, that and the other, and then took off with it, won't give her the money. But as I said, the tax man is watching, and watching not just the main player in this, but he's watching the whole lot. and getting ready to pounce, because he's been slowly but surely gathering his evidence ready to pounce on the whole lot of them. And some of them, they may think that they have the right to run, but if they run, they still can't hide because this card is in reverse. They have no right to run, and the only place they're going to end up is bankruptcy court, and for running from a federal inquiry, federal court case, they'll end up in jail. So if they run, they're going to end up in jail because it makes it worse for themselves. And I'm going to clear this off. Did you see me wreath earlier on that I put up, Roy? I think I will show you what I've had from Prince Philip. Okay. Right, Prince Philip, 5:36 p.m. on the 21st of the 11th, 25. As I say, I was getting ready to do my prayers, and I was doing my prayers, and he came in very abruptly and says, "Megan is an arsehole. Ha ha ha. We never liked her." And I says, "Who was we?" And he says, "Me and Lilibet. We never liked her. Like everyone else, we've saw through her. Apart from the idiot Prince. If they thought they were selling my authentic antique guns, well, we're still laughing. They weren't family heirlooms. They're probably still locked in a safe. She thinks she is Diana. There was, or there is, only one Diana, who should be on the throne, not a mistress or the other woman, a tramp." He was very curt, very Philip. I said to him, "That's a bit harsh, sir." "No, they know that I said she was a harlot. Charles is an effing idiot for even contemplating a meeting with Harold. He has shocked anyone that Camilla, he was as shocked as anyone that Camilla sat in, but she wasn't the only one there. King William was sat listening in another room. Two can play at the microphone game, Harold." "Yeah, the room was specifically set for you. We also knew you had your own devices. You got no information though. It was scrambled, you foolish little boy. Your wife, if you can call the effing tart that, has a man behind your back. He's been there from the start. I have been watching her since you introduced her, the conniving bitch. It's easier to watch now. I'm in spirit. I watch with Diana, your mother, who thinks this copycat needs help from a psychiatrist, not her pretend psychic. I saw the Kardashians make fun of you. Lilibet and I were there with your mum and some of the other firm. Oh, it was a good bash. Once the idiot pair went, there were no effing forms signed, no confidentiality agreements. Stop with the lies, or enjoy the lawsuits. Divorce the bitch, Harold." And I asked him why. he was calling him Harold continually, and he said it pisses him off. He hated me calling him Harold. He prefers Harry instead of Henry. Oh, and he's not Henry VIII reincarnate. This is Louis. Watch out, Harold, as Louis will be worse than King William. Your titles are as good as gone. And I thank Prince Philip for gracing me with his presence and time. And I says, enjoy spending time watching over your family. And he went, oh, I do. We do. So that is their story. What do you think, Roy? It's not as quite sensational as others you get, but I know he's constantly around and told us that I had to use the star cards as well, because he said Meghan is a tramp. He used a lot of swear words, which I said, look, I'm not using a lot of them. I'm sure he's got a lot more to say, but I will, in the weeks and months, he'll probably come through again. But I did say the others can come through. He's always straight to the point. He always was. But he says Henry VIII was a jokester in his youth. He wasn't always the randy old bugger that he's been depicted. So he says, but Harry or Harold needs bringing down a peg or two. She was in the wings, but she was just enjoying the show, I think. Too many people bring Diana through, and I'm reluctant to let her come through because it tires the spirit out. You normally pick up on them being tired. What are you looking for, Milo? It's a big glitter. Prince Louis. Our little Louis. William's son. George doesn't want to be king, but Louis will be strict as well as be fun. But William is already king in all but name. I've said that before. Right, okay. Are these cards ready to be dealt? Okay. What I want to know is Meghan and Harry still plotting to bring down William and Catherine? Priestess in reverse. Princess of Cups. Ace of Wands. Six of Wands. Tower in reverse. Judgment in reverse. Fool in reverse. And the starter card. Right, the starter card for these two idiots. No, he hasn't. Is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is giving and receiving. Yes, she thinks she's got material success. but this is them in the present. It's got little, they're having little success, and a fool and their money is soon parted. And I'm just going to blow that candle out before I burn my hand. They've tried to toot on the pipe of peace, as you can see in this card. There is a pipe of peace. There's feathers, which are all spiritual. They've tried to be spiritual. They've tried to be as strong as a bison or a water buffalo. They've tried to bring in flags of different continents. And they've banged on their own drum. But the pipe of peace is still eluding them, because they will never bring peace within the royal family. At present, there is the King, the Queen, William, Catherine, and 2 other rising stars. But within the rising stars, there is 2 children. 3 children, I should say. We have those 2 stars as Sophie and Edward. But we have George, Charlotte, and Louis. We have here the children, Lady Louise and James. And then we have someone quietly and diligently working in the background. Another royal, or maybe a royal aide here. This is the inner sanctum at the moment. Maybe it's Princess Anne. It could well be Princess Anne as well. This is the firm as it is at the moment. They will never ever be able to penetrate this inner sanctum, which is the family support network. So the more they're going cap in hand, the less they're going to get. Give me 2 minutes, because Mr. Milo is pinching stuff which he's got no right to pinch. Right. Do you want 8? Out. You've been a right pest tonight, you. Okay, so the starter card's being done. We will move over to the left here, top left. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, the High Priestess in reverse is the lack wisdom, the lack knowledge of the occult. For all they've been trying to work in the occult, they don't know exactly how it works. And everything's backfiring what she's been trying to do with the occult. And he's been trying to do with the occult. It's starting now. Yeah. Because they were trying to use the occult to get what they wanted. And now it's coming back on them. It's hitting them back. We've got the Princess of Cups, which would be the Page of Wands. Sorry, the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups here is nurturing, new relationship in a dreamy situation. So she is literally flying the coop regularly. And I'd say she's with a Pisces now. Harry would be better off cutting his losses and running, as his grandfather wants. And we have a strong Ace of Wands here. So the Ace of Wands needs some inspiration, and he needs some passion in his life. is currently in a loveless marriage. And the Six of Wands is next, but it's in reverse. So all they're going to get is bad news. As long as they stick together, they're having bad news. And it's one piece of bad news after the next, after the next, after the next. And he's back. The back and loses all of the time. Every time she puts a piece of information out, it's a lose-lose situation, as you've seen with the Kardashians. People used to nickname them the Kardashians. Well, I'm afraid it's the Mount Trashians now, not the Mount Trashian Windsors now. That's what you've got now. And they're here to stay until they got rid of. We now have the Ace of Cups in the upright. Again, it's saying there's a new relationship. This is not going to be a business relationship, I know that for starters. And there's going to be a period of healing, so the divorce is definitely coming. And there's going to be splits from Netflix. It's going to be a big split from Netflix. Hulu's not going to even take her on either. As we've got the Four of Cups, which is also in reverse now, as you can see. I think you can see it. Yeah, there it is. Four of Cups in reverse. So the Four of Cups in reverse is they're happy to move on, basically. They are not going to manifest anything good as long as they're together, because they're literally tearing each other apart every time they see each other. It's upsetting everybody around them. They're depressed as hell around each other. So what's the point of staying together? Well, title equals money, she can grift off. The World is in the upright. This is another major arcana. So, there we are. The World here is the end of a cycle, defined goal, and return to source. So this looks like Harry is coming back to the UK. Sorry, everybody. She's staying in Elia. Woohoo! She's staying in Elia. And she's not going to last long on Suits, I'll tell you that much. And the divorce is well and truly underway, because Harry is now looking for property here to live in. So he is trying his hardest to make amends, which is where the Pipe of Peace came in. And that was the starter card, and it's right next to the World. So the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. So it's money being lost. There's no abundance coming their way. Both of them are going to lose money, and a lot of money, which she thought Harry had a lot of money, but he didn't, because it was all tied up within the royal family, and it still is. He just gets a stipend, or he was, or a stipend, as they say. Unfortunately, we're getting Harry, and we didn't want him. He could go and live on the moon for all we care, for what he's done to us and his family. We have another major arcana, and it is in reverse, and it's part of a series of 3 major arcanas that are featuring towards the end of this reading. Their plot was to bring down the family, but they're both idiots, as Prince Philip said. Both bloody idiots. As that looks like ginger root, actually. I'll show you in a second. If this was in the upright, there would be peace coming for him at the end of it, but there's not. He's going to get no peace from her. I'll tell you that much. In the tower, this is going to take time to resolve. He's not going to get any peace for quite a while. She's going to make sure of it, because she's going to start spewing vitriol about him. It's going to be literal. It's going to be like a volcanic eruption. It's already bubbling underground, and they're busy working to keep her mouth shut. They'd need to wire her jaw shut and chop her hands off so she couldn't type anything. We have the judgment in reverse. There we are. Thing, as I said before, they're going to get stuck. It's in stalemate. Nothing's going to be. They're not going to be woken up to the fact that they're going to destroy themselves, and those two children. They're going to be destroyed as well. That's where he'll be exiled. If not, they would have exiled him to Canada. But they won't leave him there where she is, where she can still get at him. I kept getting Glamis Castle, which is where the Queen Mother went. But I am sure that is now holiday homes. So it does get rented out quite a bit. So the next one is the Fool in reverse. And he's holding back. This card has a crocodile in a pool. All leathery skin there. But it's not, with it not being the upright, he's not being able to fight off the crocodile. There we are. And it would be all about taking risks and new beginnings, but as I say, he's in a stalemate with this card. I'm going to have to pull another one. Oh, you're fine, Roy. You're fine. Ah, look at what else has come out in reverse. The Star, another major arcana. And those cards have been cut 4 times, separated, and cut again, and then shuffled. She thinks she's going to be a star, a big star. She's not. Our star has well and truly faded, dimmed, whatever you want to see it. It is dimmed. I'm going to pull more. 2 more, and that's the lot for this one. These have come out in the upright. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the 9 of Swords. We have Charlotte's Web in the back, a web of lies, a web of deceit, and possibly a poisonous spider coming down from the top. So the 9 of Swords is accepting loss and anxiety. This is how Harry is feeling right now. He's feeling really anxious. He's feeling lost. He's feeling depressed. And he needs to accept the end of his marriage and move on. Otherwise, he's going to be stuck in this endless cycle of feeling like crap and feeling like she's winning constantly. And we now have the Prince of Swords as well, which is the Knight of Swords, usually. And he is going to start taking action, but he wants help from the palace's lawyers, the palace's divorce lawyers. And if he gets access to the palace's divorce lawyers, Meg is doomed. She is so doomed. She is so up the creek without 20 paddles. And as you can see, the crows are circling and the moths are flying around the light. So the elephant hawk moths as well. So there's some really big, the big moths. So there's some big news to come there. Some big truths to get spilled by both of them. Some dirty linen to be aired, and yeah, he does need deprogramming. I'm going to leave this at that, and I'm going to put my meditation ball on there, and then there we are. There's a double cleanse. Deprogram on my table. There we are. I think that table needed deprogramming. I'm just going to go and close the back door and get a lung of fresh air. Because Milo can open doors, but he can't lock them. Can you? Right. So, that is the end of the readings tonight. And yes, Roy will need a lot of deprogramming. I know your dog's got dementia, Roy, but has anybody around you hit the head lately? That'll come out in the divorce documents. If I'm going too quiet, it's because I'm trying to get a bit more information. you got a name for me, please? Mhm. Right. Okay. Right, this was a man around 6'5", died after a bang to the head, possibly a fight or a car accident, but then as it transpired, as he gave us more, he was wearing a blue jacket, tie and a Windsor knot, short-sleeved shirt and jeans blue or bleu, as he gave us. Spoke several languages, so he was very intelligent. Blue eyes, short brown hair, and his eyes had a cheeky twinkle. He served in the police, and he says, I flew up the ranks. I was Bob the Bobby. The night I died, there was a fight, but I wasn't involved. I was on duty. I was in the station. The alarms went for help, but things were resolved by the time I left my office. I went outside for a cig when one of the vans came in a bit too fast. Then everything went black. I then went to hospital, saw white lights. I died twice. They brought me back. The third time I went, as the head injury was too bad. The officer who crashed into me died 3 weeks later. He couldn't live with the guilt. It wasn't his fault. The brakes were at fault. The van hadn't been serviced properly. John often joins me on the beat in Farringdon, London. Things have changed. The Crays wouldn't have allowed this. These gangs to get out of hand. They actually helped keep the streets quiet. People respected the police back then and the Crays. They weren't grasses. They helped control the gangs. No, I don't think it was for anybody. He just wanted to come through. Because there's been a lot said recently about the Crays, online and offline. Some's been saying they were grasses, i.e. informing on other people. So, yeah, they were family men. They loved the mother, absolutely adored the mother. And they adored Barbara Windsor, Dame Barbara Windsor. One of them, I think, wanted to marry her at one point, and she kept saying no. But she was what she was, Babs. She was a jobbing actress at the time. And I suppose she did what she did to get by. But I wonder if he could come back through again. But he was there. I know that was short and sweet, but he came through as he wanted. So this was circa the 60s. '50s, '60s. Yeah, I can see the glasses now clearly as he's pulled away. 50s style, which is all back in fashion now. So I'm just going to pull your fairy card, couple of fairy cards, Laura, for you, for sticking around, and I'm gonna go. Since I've only had you tonight. Transformation and manifestation. You've gotten these two before. well, this is the transformation one. So manifestation, be very honest and clear about what you wish for in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation step 1. So whatever you're manifesting, write it down on a piece of paper and put it to one side. And once you've manifested it, once it's come to fruition, burn it and let the ashes go on the breeze up into the soil. Now we have transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. To the best is yet to come. So the best is yet to come for you. She reminds me of Mel B from the Spice Girls. And with that, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to clear the table up completely. The automatic brightness has left me feeling tired. So, I wonder if he'd come back to us in a dream tonight. And it looks like Milo is finally shutting his eyes and going to sleep. There we are. You're welcome. And I will see you on the next one, which will be Wednesday for the craft along. Love you and leave you. And I'm going to have going to eat the charcuterie that I've already put together. Yeah, we can have a discussion session as well. We'll plan that in as well, because we haven't had one for a while. Just let us know the topic you want to discuss, and we will set the discussion up. Just message us the discussion, what you want, and I'll set it up.